Looks like Dokkan dropped another set of teasers, but what could this mean for the 10th anniversary? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we have a new set of teaser trailers for the 10th anniversary. So in this video, we're going to take a look at them. They're only a couple seconds long, and we're going to try to see if we can piece together what this might mean in conjunction with the last teasers for the 10th anniversary. So let's go ahead and let's start by taking a look at the teaser trailer. So we're going to pause the Lo-Fi here and give these trailers a watch. So let's start with the first one. So all right, so first trailer is Android Saga, and we can see here we have the same sort of messaging from the first one, right? And so when we translate it, it comes out to, with gratitude for the past 10 years, everything Dragon Ball is here. So let's take a look at the next one here. Alright, same thing, but this time Cell Saga. So you notice the first one only focused really on Piccolo and Kami, and then the second one on First Form Cell. And I want you to pay attention to what they're showing at the end here. So let's take a look at the last one, which does appear to be from Buu Saga. Alright, so yeah, that's it. Not much. It's definitely not as animated as the Namek Saga one, which I think is really important, right? In terms of what we've seen already, right? The Namek Saga one actually kind of showed a little bit more in terms of, you know, animations from units from the Namek Saga. But what's really interesting here is, like, if you take a look at it, everything Dragon Ball is here, and then you look at, like, the characters shown, right? Super Vegeta versus Android 19, right? Piccolo versus Android 18. And then we flip over here to the Cell Saga one, right? They show... where did it go? Right, so Super Vegeta 17 in First Form Cell, and then Int 16, and then if we flip over to the Buu Saga one, we see Super Buu, Gotenks, and Gohan here. I think this is really interesting because you notice what it's lacking from each of these sagas is the climactic battle of their respective sagas, right? Android Cell Saga, right? There's, you know, you would think if you're advertising Android Cell Saga, you would advertise Gohan versus Cell, but that is surprisingly absent from this. Whereas in the first trailer, they did show Goku versus Frieza. Now, not the final moments of it. I think they just show, well, I mean, we don't have too many Frieza animations from that fight, so they do show part of Full Power Frieza's animations, but for Goku specifically, they only show STR Namek Goku, which is the beginning of the climactic battle, but not necessarily the conclusion to it. Whereas, again, all of these others, right, if you were to put even if you were to break these down, I would say the conclusion of the Android Cell Saga is probably, you know, the Gohan versus Cell. I mean, who else would there's really no other way to break that down. So it's really interesting that that is absent. And I think that does lead us to what we initially thought about what this means. Everything Dragon Ball is here. Now, I know a lot of people are going to tell you that, you know, this this doesn't mean much. These are just teasers, like how they did with the 7th anniversary, leading to the final theme, right? I think it was the 7 Masters was the theme of the teasers leading up to the 7th anniversary, and it was basically counting down Goku's Masters throughout the series, right? So it would show brief moments throughout the series up until that point. But again, this one specifically, it's this phrase specifically that gets me, right? And when we think of the possibilities, right, it really does just throw home the idea of an anniversary that celebrates Dragon Ball as a whole, right? And so, I mean, we're long overdue for Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and that being surprisingly absent from the Android Cell Saga trailer screams to me that there's a possibility of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan being one of the new LRs. Now, does that mean Cell could be his? A lot of people are thinking like we get part 1 Goku Frieza, part 2 Gohan Cell, which would be cool, but I don't think that's going to happen, to be completely honest. I think for the 10th anniversary, I'm really expecting a full super class LR, specifically surrounding hype moments, right? The iconic moments from Z and possibly into Super or GT. So I could definitely see a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan being one of the units. And like I mentioned in the previous video, I definitely see Goku transforming Super Saiyan for the first time being another one of those LRs. So I could definitely see, like maybe part 1 or actually, you know what? So let me back up a second, right? So Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Super Saiyan Goku are definitely 2 of the LRs I am expecting. Now, the Buu Saga, again, leaving out the climactic battle. Now, the Buu Saga makes sense because we've gotten the moments from the climactic battle, right? We have the Z Spirit Bomb. But, of course, what's left out of the Buu Saga one is, everybody's favorite, and you can even see Pure Brutality commented down here. Vegito is surprisingly absent from this. So I could definitely see, Majin Buu Saga throwing in a standalone Super Vegito from here. So that just leaves one other possibility to fill in the last LR, right? We could get Super Vegito and Super Gogeta, but nothing has shown movies yet. Now, I fully expect to see, now that they've covered Z, the next trailers will kind of really solidify this theory, depending on what they go with, right? If the next trailers continue down the sagas and we see, like, maybe Battle of Gods or start creeping into Superhero, and it'll be key what it is by looking at, right? You notice they played Head Chala in each of these trailers. So if, I would imagine if they went Battle of Gods next or into parts of the beginning of Superhero, we would see, we might see if like it's hero flow playing in the background for this. We know that it's leading more into movies than it is to superhero, right? Whereas if they play the Dragon Ball Super OSC, then we know this going more the super route. So, but I fully expect the next ones to either have a second Majin Buu Saga trailer, like how Android Cell Saga got 2 here, and then the next one being Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball GT. There's still a possibility that all of this means nothing, and we could be heading towards a Fused Fighters celebration again, like we did for 7th anniversary, which led into a double Gogeta anniversary. We could definitely see something like that, although I don't think Gogeta's really on the table much as I want a new Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. What I could see us going towards is a double Vegito anniversary, right? Vegito Blue needs a new standalone LR. He hasn't gotten one, and since the free-to-play one, for that matter. And then, of course, a standalone Super Vegito LR. Both of those, I think, could be like the main headliner units for the anniversary, followed by Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Super Saiyan Goku as the maybe part 2 carnivals, possibly. I could definitely see it going that way, and the reason I say that is due to the fact that, right, we don't have any indication yet that there's any movies involved. To me, this screams series proper, everything Dragon Ball. I'm thinking Dragon Ball Z, and now I'm kind of leaning into a little bit more Dragon Ball Super, but we'll see with the next trailer. So, you know, we could see a new standalone Vegito, and both Blue and Super, being that they are both from, you know, the canon series, not from the movies. And then of course Super Saiyan 2, Gohan, and Goku, right? 4 iconic moments from the series that have stood with everybody. I don't really think that it could be moments like UI or Beast or again Gogeta, because we just had those last year. So I really think though Gogeta is like straight up out of the question unless it's Super Gogeta, but nothing screams movies as of yet. So guys, that is it for the teasers. That's just my thoughts on what it could be. I don't necessarily think it's true. It's just kind of the way I'm piecing this puzzle together. We will see what happens as we get more teasers. This teaser came out on the 18th of December. The last one before that was on the 4th. I imagine we'll see the next one right around New Year's time frame, but we will definitely keep you up to date as more and more of these come out. We will know for sure what the answer is by January 18th. So guys, that's it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, what do you think these hints mean? Do you think there's any correlation between any of this? Do you think it's just leading up to something completely random like they did with the 7th anniversary? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.